Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Now from time to time you've been seeing me put a video up of some local classified dinosaur finds, and what classifieds to me and most of us in America are when you look through things like Craigslist and the Facebook marketplace and stuff, and you find some dinosaur figures on there, and then I purchase them. I can usually get a significant amount of figures for a pretty cheap price, and it's a good way to get your collection and make it a little bit bigger. And I recently got yet another box full of dinosaurs for a pretty good price. I paid about $30 for all of these figures, so I'll bring them in now for you to look at and see what we got. Now, a lot of these figures are pretty much straight up toys, but I intend on trying to repaint some of them and just make them look a little bit more realistic. I know they're not the best as far as sculpt goes, but some of them are kind of fun. They have a little bit of charm to them. And some of them I'm just going to keep in general because they're awesome. First off, I'm starting with this guy. He is supposed to be an Ornitholestes, but he does not look like one at all. I don't know much about the company that made this one. I really don't know much at all about the figure. I guess he's probably just some generic older dinosaur toy. But either way, I feel like he's kind of neat. He's got some somewhat fun detail to him, and it's something that I might want to repaint just for something to do at some point when I run out of dinosaurs to paint. I feel like painting old toys sometimes with a more realistic look can be fun, and this is again something that I'm probably going to be doing with this one here. The next one is this gigantic goofy looking Ceratosaurus, and I again don't know anything at all about this figure, but he's got his own charm, that's for sure. He's a very fat, creepy looking kind of Ceratosaurus, but something about him, I don't know, he's got a little bit of charm to him. I don't know for sure if I would repaint or bother repainting something like this because he really lacks in the detail department, but I'm such a sucker for vintage dinosaurs that I even enjoy this guy even though he's ridiculous looking. But like I said, I grew up with the dinosaurs that drug their tails and were kind of fat and out of shape, kind of losers, and that was my type of dinosaur growing up until Jurassic Park hit and changed everything around. So I enjoy this look really from time to time. I love a vintage looking dinosaur toy, and this guy is about as vintage as it gets. Then we got ourselves a Jurassic Park 3 Tapejara, and unfortunately he's actually in very, very good shape in my opinion. He looks really quite nice as far as his paint and everything goes, except for here is a little scrape. There's some scrapes there on the wings, but it's not too bad. Even the JP3 you can see looks really quite good, but he's missing his lower jaw, and that is super depressing because I actually don't have this figure to begin with at all, so I was pretty psyched to find him in the box, but then immediately not psyched to find out that he's missing the jaw on the underside, so that's a pretty huge bummer to me. But overall, he's still pretty neat. He's in good shape aside from the jaw. I don't understand how they could have lost the jaw on this guy when it clearly wasn't played with too much, or at least he doesn't look like he was. I don't really know, but either way, he's a pretty cool figure. Something that I'll probably just, at one point, whenever I can get the space to display my dinosaur figures, I probably still put him out for display because even broken toys deserve some love. And regardless, he's still a very cool figure. Then we got this Brachiosaurus. Now I actually have this guy already. I've had him since I was a child, but I'm considering repainting him, trying to give him a little bit more of a realistic look, just to see how he turns out. I don't know if he'll turn out or look very good. It's probably something that I'll probably paint, and then at the end of the day when I'm done it, just decide that I don't like it and ditch it anyway. But either way, it might be something that I can do on a rainy day to kill some boredom, and if not, then I'll just give him to my son because he loves anything dinosaur related, so he'd take this guy in an instant. There's also this fantastic old school Dimetrodon. I believe this is from a company called AAA. I don't really know for sure if that's what it is, but I'm pretty sure. Either way, he's very cool looking. I actually think I have this one already, but I'll take two of them just because he's so cool looking, and he's very, very vintage, as you can see. He's about as vintage looking as it gets, but he's pretty neat looking as well, and I definitely like him. Then we've got a Jurassic Park Casmasaurus, and he looks awesome. He's actually, I have this guy as well, but he's in a little bit better shape than the one that I had. The one that I had a lot of nicks on him, and this guy doesn't have too many. He's definitely got some, and unfortunately the JP logo is starting to wear off a little bit, but overall he's in pretty good shape, and I definitely like having two of them. In fact, I may find which one is in worse off shape and maybe try to repaint him, see what I can do as far as a more realistic look goes for one of these guys. There's also an old school, play school, definitely Dinosaurs, Hadrosaur. I don't remember exactly what one he was supposed to be, if he was supposed to be an Anatosaurus or something along those lines, but either way, I love the Definitely Dinosaurs line. When I was a kid, that was the one thing me and my brothers were always trying to buy and bug our parents to buy for us. I loved them so much, and I always wanted to get the full collection, never did. So it's very cool to occasionally find one of these guys randomly floating around. I actually have, this is probably my third one of these guys, so I may end up repainting one of these as well, just to see how an actual painted up Definitely Dinosaurs figure could look. Then there is this gigantic Plateosaurus, and he really is very cool in my opinion. I don't know what it is about this guy. I've seen this toy so many times online, and I actually have seen him in a children's hospital near me a couple of times, but I always liked him. I don't know why. He has a very cool vintage look as well, but something about this figure is just, he's just flowing with charm, and I always liked him, so it's pretty cool to finally get one and have one for my own collection. And then we've got this crazy vintage Stegosaurus, and I was actually going to just give this guy to my son, and then I thought, I'll try to repaint him and then give him to my son, so maybe he'll like it with a better paint scheme. This guy's actually got kind of a neat paint scheme being blue. I don't know why he looks so cool, but he does look pretty neat the way he is. But overall, he's a pretty bad looking dinosaur figure. But I thought maybe a little pink could touch him up, make him look a little cooler. So something I might do at some point. Then we've got some more Definitely Dinosaurs with a Ceratosaurus. He looks very cool. I think I had this one already, but I don't know for sure. Either way, I do now, and yeah, another awesome addition to the Play School Definitely Dinosaurs collection. Then we've got another Definitely Dinosaurs, and this is the Dimetrodon. Another one that I also do believe I had, but I'm not positive if I do anymore. I know I had him when I was a kid, but either way, very cool figure, another cool addition, and something that I absolutely love. Love these Definitely Dinosaur figures, so psyched to have yet another. Then this Triceratops I had when I was a child, and I always had such a fond love of this figure, even though he's absolutely one of the ugliest Triceratops figures probably in existence. He just looks insane. He's got that angry looking mouth there. He's about to take a bite out of you, regardless of the fact that he's a herbivore. Unfortunately, this one looks like he has his horn chipped off here in the front, but it's not the end of the world, as it's not like something that I really wanted to collect. It's something that I may consider repainting at some point, just again to see how I can get him to look, if I can make him look kind of neat or not. I doubt it, just because the sculpt is so bad, but who knows? We'll see, I guess. Then there is this big old school Brachiosaurus. He is definitely old school, as I said. Something again that I've been considering repainting. I don't know for sure, but I'll probably repaint him at some point, just because he kind of looks neat. He is definitely, again, the old school charm, and I don't mind that at all. But not a bad figure at all. Something that I probably played with as a child as well. Then we've got some Larami figures. I don't know too much about them, but I've only recently been finding these guys and discovering them, and they're actually pretty neat looking old school dinosaur figures. This one here is a Pteranodon, so he's pretty cool. Got some decent little detail. Definitely a neat figure. We've also got a Jurassic Park Pachycephalosaurus keychain, and I never had any of these as a child, so I am psyched to have one. I actually, when I was just digging him out, I'm looking at him, I'm like, wow, that looks like a Jurassic Park one. And then I turned him, and then boom, JP right there on the leg. So this was a pretty exciting find. And as far as the sculpt and detail of this guy goes, he looks really, really cool. So pretty awesome find right there. Then there's this random goofy looking Pachycephalosaurus. I know absolutely nothing about him, but he's kind of neat looking, sort of. So again, a goofy old school toy that I may end up repainting at some point. And then one of those, I believe these are the Happy Meal Play School Definitely Dinosaur figures. It's the Apatosaurus, and he's pretty neat looking as well. Big fat chunky Apatosaurus. So another cool Play School figure to throw in the Definitely Dinosaurs collection. Then we've got actually a whole bunch of figures here by a company called Funrise. This one here, I believe, is an Allosaurus. And yeah, he looks like an Allosaurus to me. And again, these guys are about as old school as they can get as far as the way they look. We've also got a Protoceratops, a woolly mammoth, who is very neat looking, a Ceratosaurus, and a Pachycephalosaurus, a Brachiosaurus, and a Dimetrodon. So right there is an instant fun-rise dinosaur toy collection right here in this box full of dinosaur fun. So yeah, pretty cool figures. I mean, I don't know too much about them. I did acquire a few of these guys in a lot that I bought a while back, so maybe I'll look a little more into them, find out some more on their history. But overall, as far as vintage toys go, these ones are pretty neat. Then we've got another definitely Dinosaurs figure, a Polacanthus, and he's a pretty neat looking figure. Very cool, very vintage, very old school. So another awesome addition, again, to the Definitely Dinosaurs collection. Then we've got one that I was pretty psyched to see because I have never actually owned one of these, and it is one of the raptors from the Disney's Dinosaur movie. I've never actually seen one of these guys in person, so I was pretty excited when I did see this guy in the box. I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, that totally looks like one of the raptors from the Disney's Dinosaur movie. And sure enough, it is. He has this button on the back to make his mouth and stuff go, and unfortunately the sound doesn't work. So maybe I'll look and see if I can get some batteries, throw them in there, find out if he still works. But either way, it's cool to finally have one of these dinosaur toys. And one that I was extremely excited to get is this guy. I do have one of the other versions of this guy. I don't know exactly how many versions there are, but I never had this version here. This one is a very neat looking baby T-Rex from the Jurassic Park movie. Well, the Lost World Jurassic Park, but either way, this one is in just absolutely phenomenal shape. He really is in great shape. Looks beautiful. The paint looks like it doesn't have a scuff on it anywhere. Look at that JP logo, is just beautiful looking, very bright and shiny. It looks absolutely awesome, so I was super psyched to find this guy, and probably my favorite thing in this entire box is this T-Rex, because he is awesome looking. And again, like I said, I have one of the other color schemes, the other color variants of this guy, but I never had this one, and this one is absolutely beautiful. Then there was also this Jurassic Park toy, and I don't know the story on this guy. He's in pretty bad shape. I think he was an animatronic Stegosaurus, possibly. Maybe one of you guys can answer it for me, because until recently I had never seen this one. But either way, it's cool to own him. He's just in absolutely awful shape as far as his paint is just chipped everywhere off of him. But either way, it's pretty neat to get one, and at least I can say that I've got one of these. But he, like I said, he's been pretty beat up a bit, so either way I'm happy to have him, but it would have been nice to have him in better shape. And the final one from this box is this old school Lost World Jurassic Park Stegosaurus. I also already have one of these guys, but you can never have enough because they're awesome. And his tail still works, as you can see. So he's pretty awesome. Absolutely love this Stegosaurus. I always have, and I do, like I said, I already have one, but I'll take another just because he's so stinking nice. Maybe I'll repaint one, I don't know. That's still gonna be up in the air. So, pretty awesome find. $30 for all these dinosaur toys is pretty good to me, in my opinion. Maybe not my best find, because I have definitely gotten cheaper finds with a lot more dinosaur toys in the past, but just for the Jurassic Park figures alone, which was pretty much the reason I bought this lot of dinosaur toys, it's definitely beyond worth $30. And yeah, I absolutely love a lot of these figures. Fantastic find in my opinion. Not my best, but I'm absolutely head over heels in love with Jurassic Park, so anytime I find some Jurassic Park figures, it's a win in my opinion. So thank you guys so much for watching, and keep checking back, as I'll have plenty more dinosaur finds, I'm sure, in the future to come. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.